going, guys? Welcome back into another video, and today is another ranking video. We are back yet again ranking another cinematic universe, as you want to call it. And of course, you already know Suicide Squad just came out this past weekend, so today we got to sit down and rank the DCEU. Now, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I think, and I think most people believe, is leaps and bounds just better than the DCEU. But there are some hidden gems thrown in this universe. I'm very excited to talk about them today. But I want you guys to go down below in the comments and let me know, what is your favorite DCEU film? Which one? I mean, there's a few that you probably could choose from. There are some genuinely good films in the DC Extended Universe, so let me know down below in the comments. And also, if you are new here and you have not already, please consider subscribing. I do rankings like this all the time. I also do movie reviews, Blu-ray content, things like that all the time. If that interests you, please consider subscribing. Go and hit that big red button. But I think without further ado, let's just kind of get into it. So, coming in at number 11 is Suicide Squad. Not the Suicide Squad, the original Suicide Squad by David Ayer. Now, I don't blame David Ayer for this at all. I mean, he's come out multiple times and said that this is studio interference. The studio has completely changed up his movie, and for the worse, it's not good. The writing is terrible. The acting, besides maybe Margot Robbie, just not good at all. And the story, you can tell, was muddled with, cut many times, and it just is janky, and it's not a cohesive story that really works. There's no emotion, there's no attachment to the characters. You hype up Jared Leto's Joker, and he's in it for maybe a minute, 2 minutes of screen time total, and he's not that good. This film is the definition of a dumpster fire. It just is not good at all, and there's really not much more to say about it. It's just by far my least favorite. It comes in number 11 on my list. Coming in number 10 is the Justice League, or the Justice League before Zack Snyder's cut. Originally, I liked it more than I thought I did, but then we saw the Snyder cut, and it really killed the quality of this film for me. Joss Whedon did a good job with the original Avengers and Avengers Age of Ultron, but you can only do that so much. And again, it's so convenient that the bottom two are ones that have been reportedly and continuously frowned upon for studio interference, are the bottom two. I find that very funny, but it's true. This is a muddled movie. You can tell that they cut things. Some of the characters, Cyborg in particular, and the Flash, there's no character development. We don't care for them. It's just not good. Steppenwolf is a terrible villain in this film. I still tend to believe he's not the best in Zack Snyder's Justice League either. But here, he's just drab and unmotivated, and there's no reason to fear him or anything. And yeah, the Snyder cut is much better, and we will talk about it much further up on the list. It's just not good, and yeah, all the background stuff doesn't help it either. It's bad. It comes at number 10 on my list. Now, there's a big gap between those bottom two and the rest. I tend to enjoy aspects of the rest of these. The bottom two, I don't really like, so just consider that when we get into the rest of the ranking. There's a really big gap between those bottom two and the rest. So, coming to number 9 is Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. I like aspects of it. I like the storyline, kind of like a Civil War type storyline, but it just doesn't really work for me. The story didn't flow as well as I wanted it to. I feel like they were trying to overstuff a lot into this runtime while also setting up a Justice League movie. I get what they were trying to do there, and that's kind of the same issue I have with Iron Man 3, is that you're trying to set up a lot of stuff in a short-ish runtime, and it just doesn't always succeed. Now, I did watch the extended cut of this. I have not seen the original cut. I watched the extended cut, and it's good. It's not terrible, but in the end, it's fine. I think that this film is the definition of fine. I think the performances are good enough. I don't think the writing is fantastic. And again, I think it really struggles from the whole having to set up future movies type thing. And that makes it very cluttered and overly written in some aspects and trying to force too much stuff in. And it just was very clunky. And yeah, It's good. I like aspects of it. It's fine. Not great, but it comes in number 9 on my list. Coming in number 8 is Wonder Woman. This is kind of a hot take because people love Wonder Woman, and I tend to like it too. I think it's pretty good. Patty Jenkins' direction is great. Gal Gadot, it gives a good performance. I like Chris Pine as well. I think the thing that I don't like here, and I'm comparing MCU movies as well because I tend to feel the same way. It's kind of like the original Thor, where it's like fish out of water, and it didn't work. Same thing in Thor. The fish out of water does not work. I didn't like that writing at all. I just didn't really enjoy that. And I don't like the villain of Hades at the end, the final act. I think the first 2 acts are actually pretty good. I really enjoyed them. You know, the no man's land scene is absolutely iconic and one of my favorite scenes in any comic book movie. I mean, it really is powerful and really is very well done. But I didn't enjoy the villain of Hades. I just didn't like that whole subplot story. I just didn't dig it. And the fish out of water stuff just didn't work for me. I know what they were going for. I get it. I respect the attempt. It just didn't work for me. Still a good movie. Don't want you to think that I think it's bad. I still really enjoyed it. I just tend to enjoy the ones above it more. And that's all I got to say. And it comes at number 8 on my list. Coming in number 7 is Wonder Woman 1984, a film that I actually enjoyed. I'm pretty sure I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I gave the rest of these, I think, 4 out of 5 stars or above. It's not as bad as everyone says it is. Yeah, they have a lot. There's a lot to cover in here. There's a lot of kind of clunky writing, but I think the performances in here are some of the best in the DCEU, I would argue. I like the emotion that is involved in here, and Patty Jenkins' direction, again, is pretty good. Yes, there are issues. There are issues with every movie. No movie is truly perfect, but I had a good time with it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And it comes in at number 7 on my list. I don't know what you want me to tell you. Coming in at number 6 is Man of Steel. Henry Cavill is a fantastic Superman. He shows it here. I like the villain of Zod. I think that is one of the best villains in the DCEU, in my humble opinion. And it just is a really awesome origin to Clark Kent and Superman. I think it's done extremely well. This was also Zack Snyder's direction. He does a very good job here. This is my second favorite DCU movie directed by him. And it packs some good emotion as well. I really enjoy this one. I think it is a very nicely done film. I believe I gave this 4 out of 5 stars as well. And the score also for this, I think, is kind of underrated. I think it's really, really good. I enjoy this one. It's good with what it does, and it comes at number 6 on my list. Coming in at number 5, makes my body shiver, is the Suicide Squad. Look, y'all, if y'all haven't seen my review already, go check out my review. My review talks about all of the issues I have with this film. This is not the perfect film that everyone says it is. It has a lot of problems. I'm not going to touch on this one that much because I want you all to go check out my full review that is up on the channel, and join me tomorrow night for a live show that I am doing called Movie Review Wednesday, where each week I review a movie from the week before in longer form. We will be talking about the Suicide Squad as well. So if you want to hear my full thoughts, make sure you come to that live show as well tomorrow night. It's very clunky. The writing is not that good. This is just a regular James Gunn superhero film that we have seen 2 times already before, and only one of them has landed, which is the first Guardians of the Galaxy. I like some of the performances. The action is awesome. I won't deny that. I thoroughly had a good time watching this movie. I enjoyed it. It's also funny. Do all the jokes land? No, but some of them and some of the bits actually do work very well. This is not a terrible movie. People are coming at me on TikTok and on social media saying that my opinion isn't valid because I have no idea what I'm talking about. I still enjoyed the movie. I just have issues with it. I still give it an 86 out of 100, which is a B+ grade. Y'all chill on that. But I enjoyed it for what it was. It did the job. It just has a lot of issues, and it is highly flawed. But it comes in at number 5 on my list. Coming in number 4 is Zack Snyder's Justice League. This one's good. It's good. Is it long? Yes. Does it have pacing issues? Yes. But I was really happy to see Zack Snyder's vision come to life. We get some great, the difference between this and the original one. We get character development for specifically Cyborg the most, which was really, really good, but also for Ezra Miller's Flash. And you have one of my favorite moments in any comic book movie, where he has to use the Speed Force and go back in time to save everyone. That is one of my favorite moments in any comic book movie ever, honestly, and that's just me as a Flash fan. You guys know I love the MCU, but the Flash is one of my favorite superheroes of all time. To have that moment was very special for me as a Flash fan. I absolutely loved it, and the score for that is incredible. This was the vision that Zack Snyder had. He did it. You can feel the passion. You can feel the heart, and I really respect and enjoy that. Is it too long? Yes. You probably could have cut some of the stuff out of it, but in the end, I thoroughly enjoyed my time watching it. And it comes in number 4 on my list. Coming in number 3 is Shazam! This is a great movie. Zachary Levi is fantastic. The emotion in here is top-notch of any DCEU movie. I think the emotion in here is some of the best. And I just really like this origin story. I think it's done very well, directed very well, written very solidly. It's a damn fun time at the movies. And again, it's Zachary Levi doing what he does and doing it very, very well. This film is an absolute blast. One of my favorite films of the year it came out, which I believe was 2019. And yeah, I'm very excited for the sequel. I think it's going to be freaking awesome. And it comes in at number 3 on my list. Coming in at number 2 is my man, Aquaman. I freaking love this movie. I remember watching it in theaters. I remember the reaction I had to seeing it for the first time. This is just fun. It's awesome. The plot is intense, but also full of just magic, if that makes any sense. James Wan's direction is so good, and the CGI, the underwater effects are fantastic. Love the villain of Orm and all of that is going on there. I think that is a really great dynamic, and I love the fact that Aquaman doesn't want to be king. He doesn't want to be involved with Atlantis, and that is kind of a struggle that he has to go back and forth with throughout the film. I like that because it just works, and it really seeing him come to his full capability by the end of the film is awesome. I'm very excited for the sequel for this one as well. Jason Momoa is the man. They are filming it right now. It's going to be absolutely awesome. And it comes in number 2 on my list. Coming in at number 1 is Birds of Prey, The Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. By far one of my favorite films to come out last year. One of the few that came out in theaters. I saw it pretty much right before COVID hit. It's a fun time. This is Margot Robbie's best performance as Harley Quinn. A lot of people say she's great in the Suicide Squad, which I tend to agree with, but this, because it's her movie, this is the best performance. The writing here is extremely solid. The fact that you're making Harley a very, very untrustworthy source be the narrator of this story, I thought was a great idea. I love the addition of all of the other female leads. They are absolutely fantastic. This is a kick-ass female cast doing awesome things. It's a lot of fun. I love the MacGuffin story as well, and Ewan McGregor's Black Mask is perfect. Absolutely stellar. This is by far my favorite DCEU film. I don't think anything's going to top it for a long time. We shall see, but that is it, and it comes in at number 1 on my list. That is my list, guys. I want you guys to go down below in the comments and let me know, what did you think of my list? Do you hate me because I totally botched it? Do you think I'm spot on? And I also want you to go down and let me know, what is your favorite DCEU film? Want to talk about these films down with you guys in the comments. But guys, that's pretty much it. I want to thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for sticking around on the channel. Again, if you have not already, please consider subscribing. It really does mean the absolute world. And guys, that's pretty much it. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a rest of the day. We'll see you in the next video.